good morning everybody. Myself Subhandubani and want to do some jobs about geology practical, and our practical is about the minerals. So how can you identify mineral in a laboratory with hand specimen? That means with naked eye or with a pocket lens, 10x pocket lens. How can you identify a mineral in a laboratory? So first, what is mineral? There are two types. One is ore forming mineral and the second one is rock forming mineral. And the percentage of rock forming mineral is very less and the percentage of ore forming mineral is very much. So what is mineral? Mineral is an inorganic substance which have a definite chemical and physical properties and have internal atomic structure and may or may not have crystallization form. It may have crystallization form and it may not have crystallization form. So, how we can identify a mineral in a laboratory with our naked eye? That means with a hand specimen. By suppose this is the mineral calcite. This is the mineral calcite. How can we identify calcite? We can identify a mineral from its physical properties. How? From its physical properties. And we don't use any instrument. In hand specimen, we don't use any instrument to identify mineral. By only touching, by looking its color, by looking its strength, by looking its hardness, by looking its cleavage, by looking its luster. So the first thing, we have to identify mineral from its color. So what is color? Color is the combination of the mineral composition, the crystal arrangement, the chemical composition and the presence of impurities in the mineral. And the presence of impurities in a mineral. So in simple, the color of a mineral can be defined as the presence of impurities in a mineral. So how we can define the color of a mineral? There are many. The colors may be vary from mineral to mineral. We can identify mineral from its color. So the color of rhodolite is flesh red, where the color of lead is grey. There are also some colorless minerals. That minerals have no color, that they are transparent. Suppose quartz. Quartz is, this is quartz. This is transparent and colorless. It is transparent and colorless. So quartz is a colorless mineral. Its color may be varies from white to greenish to reddish to brownish. So that's the color. The next thing is about its streak. We have to decide about its streak. So what is streak? Streak is the powder form, the color of the powder form of a mineral. The color of the powder form of any mineral. We can describe it, we can detect it by rubbing it in a white porcelain plate. By rubbing it a white porcelain plate. So its color is grey, but when we rub it in a white porcelain plate, its color of streak will be cherry red, and its color is cherry red. So it may be different in some minerals. And the third form is its luster. Its luster. The ability to reflect light. Is the ability to reflect light. Luster may be of various types. That may be pearly, that may be the color of a pearl, that may be resinous, the luster of a resin, that may be earthy, the luster of earth or clay, or it may be, lusters are two types, metallic and non-metallic. And the metallic luster of minerals like gold, iron, copper, and the submetallics, pyrite, chalcopyrite, and the non-metallic lusters are the pearly luster, the greasy luster, the oily luster, the alcohol luster. This thing is about the form and structure of a mineral. The form and structure, the face by the geometric shape, by which the mineral is made is called as crystals, which have crystalline forms, and someone have there is no crystal forms, that is called as the amphiboles. And the form and structure may be massive, it may be it may be earthy, it may be columnar. That is the form and structure of a mineral. Next thing is about the cleavage of a mineral. The cleavage of a mineral, how can we identify the cleavage? We can identify the cleavage by breaking it. By breaking. The tendency to break down, and along the breakdown, how a mineral creates its direction is known as cleavage. The cleavage may be prismatic, there may be rhombic, there may be orthorhombic, may be various types. And the fracture means the tendency to break down. Fracture means the tendency to break down. The fracture may be even, may be uneven, may be hackly, may be earthy. There are various types of fractures. And the next thing is the most important thing of a mineral is its hardness. Resistance to any scratch. Resistance to any scratch is called as hardness. A piece of glass is harder than a piece of iron, because we can scratch iron by a piece of glass, but not an iron scratch a piece of glass. So a glass is harder than a piece of iron. So according to the hardness, Mohs created a scale which is known as Mohs scale of hardness. The hardest mineral in the Mohs scale of hardness is the diamond, and the softest mineral of the Mohs scale of hardness is this is dark green, the softest mineral, and this is the Mohs scale of hardness. This is the Mohs scale of hardness. The hardness varies from 1 to 10. The hardness varies from 1 to 10. According to the hardness, these minerals are arranged. The first one is gypsum, the third one is calcite, the fourth one is fluorite, the fifth one is apatite, the sixth one is orthoclase of feldspar, the seventh one is quartz, the eighth one is topaz, the ninth one is corundum, and the 10th was. So there are some minerals we can scratch that in our fingernails. There are some minerals we can scratch them by knife. According to them, we can scratch any mineral with our fingernail which have a hardness about 1 to 2.5. We can scratch it by a brass plate and its hardness is about 2.5 to 3.5. And we can scratch it with a copper plate and its hardness is about 3.0 to 3.5. And we can scratch it by a iron plate or knife and its hardness is 5.0 to 5.5. Suppose this is gypsum. We can scratch it by a knife. So its hardness may be varies from 5.0 to 5.5. And we can scratch some minerals by a glass plate and its hardness is about 6.0 to 6.5. And we can scratch it by a stick plate and its hardness varies from 7.0 to 7.5. That is hardness. And the next thing is about the specific gravity. It is the ratio of its weight. It is the ratio of its weight to an equal volume of water. Ratio of its weight to an equal volume of water. The specific gravity may be low, may be medium, may be high. It may be medium, may be high, may be low. The specific gravity we can derive the specific gravity by various methods like the Joule spring balance, by the Stillard balance, by the Walker-Stillard balance. We can describe anyone's magnetism by a magnet.